So, East Coast Mecca.
Yes.
We're about to start shooting season 3.
Thank you.
I'm excited about that because that's one of my favorite shows.
Definitely mine. My favorite.
I know. So, what is your favorite thing about doing that show? I know obviously it's cameras all up in the gym.
Exciting for the members of the gym. They like to see it. It also it shows the inside of the gym for many people who can't visit. They get to see what it's like.
Right.
It's fun, you know. It's entertaining. It breaks up the day.
You got some characters over there in that gym.
So many characters. You didn't even capture a quarter of them.
Hopefully for season 3 we're gonna bring some new stuff in there.
Oh yeah, we definitely have characters. We have plenty of talent.
Now, one of my favorite episodes is you and Kai. That was last season.
Yes.
You guys have your debates about the placings and everything else. And that was actually a cool debate you guys had. It was very open.
Yeah, I have no problem debating with anyone. I'm open to that all day long.
It happens that 6 of them.
Look what happened at the Arnold. You were losing in the morning.
Yeah.
You were losing in the morning because you weren't in your best condition in the morning. Now tell me the judge's eyes weren't right on. And you came back at nighttime and you were better and you won. We're judging what's in front of us right then and there. You're the perfect explanation of that. If you would have came back the same condition you did in the Arnold, you would have lost. But you didn't. You knew you had to come in tighter and you did, and you won.
I know you mentioned to me before that people sometimes come to you after the show and they like, Steve, why did I get this place versus that place? And you explain to them, right?
Yes, and sometimes they get it and sometimes they don't. The thing is, I don't mind spending time with people. What I don't like is when they ask a question and I give them my opinion, they don't want to hear it. Well, if you don't want to hear it, don't ask.
Right.
I don't mind people coming to me. If you come to me like a gentleman or a lady, I'll spend time with you. If you come to me like a clown, I won't pay you any time.
Did you ever like have to rethink your decision? Did you ever look back on it and be like, well, maybe they have a point?
You know what? Sometimes they do. You know, I can see it from their point of view. And I'll tell them, I could see it from your point of view, the way you would see it, but let me tell you the way I see it. And usually they get it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you've got your people and your friends telling you why you should have won, and now you've got me telling you why you didn't win. It's hard to deal with sometimes.
Do you ever get tired of that? Like explaining to people?
No, I don't. I mean, because every story is a little different. It's not the same story. You know, this one needed legs, this one needed lats, this one didn't have good presentation, this one was slumping on stage. You know, so I don't mind. I really don't. I mean, I understand, you know, they just spent 12 weeks of their life or even more getting ready for the show besides the years of preparation, and they want an answer. I mean, I would too. I'm fine with answering an email or talking to someone in person. I have no problem with that.
Also, I love the part of the show where people come to you, right, and they let you, you know, check out their body basically. And
yes, and what I do that is I do that for everyone, so no one can say, well, they're in that gym and they get special treatment. No, you want to come? Come. Email me, make an appointment. I'll spend time with you. You know, I'll go over the mandatories and I'll tell you, in my opinion, what I feel you need.
I'm sure sometimes you have, you know, people that you're close with. They come to you and they ask for an opinion, and I know you're very honest on the show. You tell them how it is. But do you ever, like, you know, just feel bad about it? You know,
I do. I mean, I see what they put into it. I see how hard it works, and I see how close it is. But it is what it is. You know, I can't give it to them because I like them. You either deserve it or you don't.
Especially guys that work out in your gym. Like obviously, you know, you have your favorites that are always in the gym, always working. You always see them, you're friends with them.
Every day, say hello to them. And you know what? When I judge them, they're just another body up there. You know, after the show, I might feel bad for them, but when I'm judging them, it is what it is. It's not fair to the other athletes that are training just as hard that I don't see.
Right. Now, what about your friends that, for instance, you know, like one of the most popular topics in you know, like in bodybuilding, everybody talks about is Victor Martinez, right?
Yes.
I mean, he's been competing for a long time.
Right.
He's been your friend for a long time, right? You knew him since he was amateur, right?
Yes.
He's been coming to your gym forever.
Yes, forever.
And he's still upset over the 2007 placing versus Jay Cutler.
That's one of those controversies that is always going to be. You know what I mean? They just like, you know, they do it with Dorian and Nasser El Somebody in '96. Everyone's going to have that. You know, it's a little harder because you know him, but you know what? For me, it's really hard because I am friends with Victor and I am friends with Jay. You know what I mean? So could Victor have won? Yes. Could Jay have won? Yes. And you could debate that all day long. You know what I mean? You have 11 judges up there and they make a decision, and you throw too high and too low out, and there's your winner. They both look great, and that was Victor's all-time best. But the only thing is, you know, I wish would have Victor, and I feel he could have put a couple of years together like that, and he would have been Mr. Olympia, and I believe multiple times. Victor is one of those guys that need a camp because he's distracted. He's a great bodybuilder. Even as good as he is a bodybuilder, he's a better person. Victor will spend time with you. He's another one who everybody loves. You never heard a bad story about Victor. There is no bad stories. Because Victor don't have bad stories.
Does he ever bring it up to you when he comes over?
Oh, absolutely. He gives a little dig in there. No problem. It hurts him. I mean, you know what?
Right.
You want to talk about, you know, hurting Bevan 1991 came second by 1 point to Linda Murray.
Right.
You know what? Every once in a while, she'll get a little dig on that too. I mean, it's your life. It's what you've trained your whole life for. So that was as close as you got. Of course, it's going to bother you. I mean, you looked great. So did Jay, but you know, you looked great also.
Now, also in the bodybuilding history, I think one of the craziest losses was Jay Cutler losing in 2008, right, to Dexter, because he was chasing Ronnie Coleman for so many years. He finally got there, right, and then he loses 2 years after. Right?
But you know what though? That's what makes this sport so exciting. I mean, as much as you love to see Phil go on a roll, you love to see the title switch a little bit too.
Of course.
You know, he out of nowhere, no one would have bet $1 to $5,000 that Dexter was going to win. But you know what? On that day, he was the best guy. And he's pushed Phil before too.
Absolutely.
I mean, this guy's going to be 48 years old and still hanging. It's amazing.
Unbelievable. Do you think he has a chance? I mean, obviously anybody has a chance. I know that, but do you think he still hasn't, like, because he's
honestly,
still up there,
I think so. I think his upper body hasn't changed. I think this year, I don't know what he did, you know, whether it was an injury or whatever, but his legs weren't up to par. He brings those legs back up and he's right there. He could shock the world, as he done once before. He did it in 08.
Do you think Big Ramy is still #1 contender to overthrow
at the moment? I mean, he came second, you know, which makes him, you know, the runner-up and, you know, makes him apparently the heir apparent in a lot of people's minds. But he's improving. I mean, he looked great. He really did. He looked better the second night than he did the first night. If he would have looked that way the first night, who knows what would have happened. But the fact that he came second and he pushed Phil makes him the favorite to beat Phil if someone can beat Phil. But that doesn't take William out of the picture. That doesn't take Dexter out of the picture, or anybody else, including Sean, for that matter.
Now, lastly, Steve, let's talk about the whole split. I just saw Jim in Pittsburgh a couple of weeks ago. We spoke about the split between. What's very confusing is the whole
I mean,
IFBB.
I know he explained it, but let me explain it in simple terms. Nothing changes in America.
Right. NPC is NPC.
It's going to stay the same way. The pro cards are the same way. Where it changes is overseas, where Jim explained. It's completely. It's on the website for him, you know, if you want to, you know, look it up. So I'm sure it's on your website too.
Right.
So I mean, it's very simple. Nothing changes in America. It changes overseas for the better.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's open now to everybody overseas. There's no more this, that. There's no more holding people back. You win, you get your pro card, you're on your way.
But I think what needs to happen is also those people that are overseas might get a chance to join potentially NPC, you know,
absolutely.
In the future.
It's going to be great. I mean, if they want to come over, they're more than welcome. They're welcome. It's opened. Nothing changes in America except there's more opportunities.
One of the best things also that's happening out of this whole situation is that the green card holders and like residents of America that aren't citizens can now be a part of the NPC. That's what Jim told me. So which opens up huge possibilities for a lot of people.
A lot of opportunities. I mean, for the athlete, it's a great time. They're no longer handcuffed. They're no longer locked in a cage. They can do as they see fit. So if you're an athlete right now, it's a great time to be an athlete.